Welcome back, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, on Siegfried Line in the T54 Lightweight, and I think I am starting to figure out how to play this tank a little bit better. I've got it set up with the turbo optics and the CVS, the Commander's Vision system, checking out to see how well that works, and it's actually come in useful a few times spotting guys that are just sitting in the bushes. I'm not sure how good it is for the game because it kind of breaks the mechanics of you trusting that bushes are going to protect you from being spotted, which is kind of the whole point of the bushes, but you know, it is what it is. And I started off this map on Siegfried Line here, and I decided I was going to try and sit over here on the right side of the map and see what I could shoot at through these bushes down the main street, and we had a Lynx driving around really quickly, like back and forth, back and forth. And yeah, I'm warming up to the lightweight a little bit. I think it's a tier 9 that I'm actually going to keep, and I'm about more than halfway now. Got about 100,000 EXP left before I can unlock and buy the T100 LT. And I'm going to drop back and I'm going to double bush this guy, see if I can get him. Oh, he turns, I put a shot into him, and then he drives into cover. And the weak spots on this guy on the top, they're a little bit hard to hit. His underplate really isn't that weak, and the gun penetration on this tank isn't great. The thing that bugs me the most about this vehicle is that the accuracy is as bad as it is. A .4 accuracy, it even being a Soviet tank, it still isn't that great. Like, it does have the Sovietness to the vehicle. You can still shoot in the move fairly well, but you want to be a fair bit closer. So I can see over here on the left side of the map that our Leopard was getting rushed by at least one light tank. So I decided I would try and go over and give him a hand, and this is going to show off a bit of the accuracy and a bit of my bad aim. I'm going to come over this ridge, and I was like, okay, no problem, got him here. He's going to go forward, then he stopped. He just kept rocking back and forth. So I missed my first shot, and now he's stunned. I'm like, okay, I'll be able to get this shot for sure. And it goes over, sails over the top of his tank. And this is the .4 accuracy here. And I'm going to shoot at this guy, and then he dies. And I'm going to shoot at his friend. And where does this shot go? It goes low and into his tracks and does no damage, and then he's dead. So I basically just narfed 3 shots until the last one finally went in. And I actually apologized to the Leopard guy after the game because, yeah, that was a little bit of bad accuracy, and a little bit of I thought he was going to go forward, that he didn't go forward, and yeah, so I mean, kind of serves the Leopard a little bit for sitting out in the field, but what are you going to do? Sometimes when you sit in the bottom of the corner of the map, bad things happen to you. So I thought I could maybe craft a little bit better angle on this guy after a little bit. So I pop around the corner, and I want to try and shoot this UDES. So I'm going to back up. And the nice thing about this vehicle is it does reverse fairly quick, and it does traverse fairly well. And I'm going to try and hit this guy coming out of here, and boom! Yeah! Oh! The shot doesn't go in. That's great. So he's pulling into cover there, and then that shot ended up flying pretty true, which is pretty hilarious. One of the things I've started using with this tank a little bit more is firing more APCR, not just because I don't like the pen on the normal rounds. I don't find that that's really the problem with the vehicle for me. I find it's the lazy shot velocity. I like the faster round to be able to have a little bit better chance of being able to hit stuff that's moving really fast, because half the time when I'm fighting EBRs and things, a lazy shell velocity is what makes me miss. So I'm seeing if I can get better angles on this Progetto, and the problem with him right there was his hatch was behind the bunker, so even though his gun could see me, his commander isn't looking through the barrel of the gun, so I ended up popping him right through the front of there, and that turned out pretty good. So then I decided, okay, I usually hate going field in this map because there's always just some trash lords hiding in the back corner, and they'll just sit there, or they'll sit in the mid ridge for 15 minutes, and I lose my mind sitting there rocking back and forth up the side of that ridge, and I just can't do it. I hate sitting there. So most of the time I don't come out here, but this game I decided, because all their light tanks were obliterated, we killed them all, that it was worth coming over here. So it was me and I think the Char, and we end up spotting the clickers over here. So I put the first shot into this clicker, and then I'm gonna shoot the next one. Boom, he's dead. And then we've got clicker number 2 sitting right here, and managed to hit him. So I can hit clickers at 400 meters, but just not Chinese light tanks. So it's weird. And so I'm gonna keep moving up. And at this point, I decided, okay, there's probably not too much left hiding back in the bottom left side of the map, and it's worth just trying to pop up into the city to see if I can support some of the other tanks in my team. And I'm going to try and figure out who's the lowest hit points that I can try and single out. And I would try to go in on the AMX because he looked pretty juicy, and his armor isn't very thick. So I thought I could go in there and try and pop him a few times. So I'm coming in around here, and our Char decided to take a really wide route. So I pop one into him there, and I take one in return. And that's fine because he reloads way faster than me. So if we can just trade one for one, that's good. So I'm going to come around here, and I'm going to see if I can see him. And then he was behind the rubble. And I didn't really want to fully commit into the city right there because there might have been more stuff. So I decided to wrap back around and come around this way again to see if I can get an angle on him while still moving. And I'm kind of wondering where he's gone. Maybe he went further back in the city the other way. So I start coming around this way, and yeah, he dropped back into that little inner courtyard part. And I'm just trying to see what I have a shot on here, and I don't have a lot of shot on anything. So I'm trying to think, okay, what am I going to do? Maybe I'll just hang out here for a little bit, drop off the radar, and then I'll try and come in for another pass here. And our Char has gone up on the hill to shoot in from the bushes on top of the hill. And I mean, I could probably do the same thing, but I was like, nah, I'll just try and drive around the city and see what I can end up shooting. So I'm trying to maneuver my way through these vehicles, and I'm going to go into first-person mode and kind of drive around like that and see what kind of stuff I can find. So I'm zipping around, and this is the fastest tank. I love how fast it is, and the turret traverse is really quick. So I'm going to pop around here. He hits me once, and then I pop him, and then he's dead. And then the IS-3 is right around here, and I spot him, and I didn't want to just go face hug him, really. So I'm going to let him come around the corner, and our Char was coming up. So I come around and lock this guy in place by tracking him, and then something else hits him. I think it was the Char. Char bites it, and then I'm able to put the last shot into that guy, and then the artillery takes a shot at me. My own artillery tries to shoot me. So a pretty fun result. Ended up scoring out about 6 tanks and got a tank sniper out of this game and a Pascucci's for popping both of the clickers. And yeah, it was a pretty fun game. The pace to it was pretty okay, and it's mostly because the T54 lightweight is pretty fast. And this is where I messaged the Leo just to tell him, hey, sorry, I wankered up a bunch of my shots, and yeah, he didn't respond or anything. But sometimes it's nice to get a message like from people just to be like, hey, yeah, sorry you died. Anyway, fun game in the lightweight, and I'm warming up to it. I don't think it's too bad. I had it set up in a few different ways before, but I think this is the way that I like it best, and I'm probably going to keep it this way. And I don't really have the best crew in this vehicle, and I'm probably going to have to end up using like some of my special recruit crew members for the tier 10 one. When I move this crew up into the tier 10 one, then I start a new crew for the normal lightweight. All right, boys. And for the 1 or 2 girls that watch my channel, I'll see you guys again in the next video. Thanks for watching. See ya. Bye bye.